He is standing in a small room staring at a broken computer like it insulted his family. He does not blink. He does not smile. He just points at the screen and says no, like he is rejecting a dinner plate full of cardboard. That was Steve Jobs. Not in a movie, in real life. In a plain shirt, in a room full of engineers who now look like they have been asked to paint a spaceship with a toothbrush. And here's the weird part. He was not the smartest person in the room. Often he was not even the nicest. But he kept walking into rooms and making everybody else feel like their messy little idea had shown up in pajamas. How? Because he had a brutal habit. He killed bad ideas fast, gone. He did not nurse them. He did not pet them. He did not feed them little snacks and hope they became genius later. No, he looked at the thing, sniffed it once, and tossed it out the window. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Because after he deleted the bad idea, he made everybody build the same thing again. Better, simpler, cleaner, smaller. And if the buttons looked ugly, he attacked the buttons. If the box was thick, he attacked the box. If the box was still ugly after that, he attacked the box again like it owed him money. You ever seen someone redesign a product just because the corner looked sad? He did. And this is where it gets ridiculous. Most people think success comes from adding more features, more colors, more charts, more stuff. Jobs did the opposite. He stood there like a man trimming a bonsai tree with kitchen scissors, one leaf too many, off it goes. Then he would lean in and ask the most annoying question in the world. Why? Why does this button exist? Why is this menu here? Why does this thing have 12 choices when 3 would do? Why does it look like a refrigerator made by a committee? And if nobody had a good answer, he would stare at them until the room got hot. That was his superpower. He made people defend everything, the cable, the icon, the box, the corner, the tiny chip inside the machine that nobody but a wizard and a raccoon would care about. And the strange thing is, that pressure made better products. Because most teams do not fail from lack of effort. They fail from too much clutter. Their ideas get buried under a mountain of good intentions and 3 emergency features and a spreadsheet wearing a tie. Jobs saw the mountain and said, get rid of it, but there is another part, and this part matters more than the black turtleneck cosplay crowd wants to admit. He cared about the feeling, not just the machine, not just the speed, the feeling. He wanted a person to open a box and gasp. He wanted someone to touch a screen and grin like they had just found a secret door. He wanted the whole thing to feel so clean that your brain would relax before you even knew why. That is not a tiny detail. That is the whole game. Because people do not buy spreadsheets with a charging cable. People buy relief. People buy delight. People buy the moment when a confusing mess turns into one simple move. And Jobs chased that moment like a hungry dog chasing a roast chicken. Of course, this made him difficult, very difficult, the kind of difficult that makes a conference room feel like a courtroom and a prototype feel like it needs legal protection. He would reject something, then reject the replacement, then reject the replacement of the replacement. Somewhere in that pile of bruised egos, a better product would crawl out gasping for air. And this is the part people miss. Success was not his genius alone. It was his refusal to be impressed by mediocrity. He kept asking for one more cut, one more simplification, one more try, until the product stopped looking like a project and started looking inevitable. That is why he was so dangerous. Not because he knew everything, because he knew what to remove. Think about that. Most people spend their lives collecting clutter. Jobs made a religion out of subtraction. So if you want the real lesson, it is not copy his clothes. Please do not do that. It will not make you a wizard. It will just make you look like you lost a bet. Copy the habit. Look at your own work and ask what is ugly, extra, confusing, and pretending to be important. Then cut it. That is where the magic starts. If you want, stick around for more stories like this one.